Hi, welcome to the Nerdy Dad.
Hi, welcome to the Nerdy Dad. Hi, this is Dad.
Today we're making cheesecake. And cheesecake is such an intimidating dessert. I had to talk to you about it. Because between the eggs and the cheese and the mixing, how are you going to do it? Well, get a few concepts under your belt. This can be easy as cheesecake. Whoa, 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 whoa! Have a graham cracker. And have a graham cracker. Have a graham cracker. We're making cheesecake. Graham cracker crust. Crush the graham crackers. It comes in a great sleeve. Use a sleeve. About 2 sleeves of graham crackers. 3 tablespoons cornstarch. 1 egg white. 2 ounces of oil or butter. Low speed. That looks pretty good. Now we're up to the part where we put this crust into this pan. Grease your pan and let's pile it in.
It's so fun to smush it.
Okay, so here we need 2 things. First, we need a layer on the bottom and we need it to go up the sides a little bit. Daniel, what does it feel like?
No, something hard.
Feels like dough. It kind of has the texture of wet sand with a bunch of little pebbles in it. That's what we're going for. You're going to have the hard pieces of graham cracker and then the kind of amorphous doughy part. Now we added extra moisture, cornstarch, and egg white in order to form a solid piece of crust. Otherwise it would just be kind of crumbly and messy when you cut your pie or cheesecake. At this point, you can blind bake this, which means you poke a bunch of holes in it, put a piece of parchment on it, fill that with baking beans or rice, any dry legume that's going to hold down the crust. You can bake it 350 for 15 to 20 minutes, and then your crust is going to set up. Why would you do that? Well, if you were making a no-bake cheesecake, or if you wanted to make a pudding pie, a blind baked crust is the perfect crust to put that filling into. But we're going to bake this cheesecake, so we're not going to do that. We're going to make cheesecake filling.
Yeah.
Show me what you're going to do.
I'm in charge of the cheesecake filling. 1.5 pounds of cream cheese. Cream cheese! Yummy cream cheese. So let's push it down. We start on low speed so it doesn't get mess. 1.5 cups of sugar.
That looks really nice. Do you think that's ready for the next thing?
Yes.
Let's see how we're doing in the middle. Let's unlock it. Is that fluffy in the middle? No, that's still solid pieces. We got to work it a little more. This is an important step. The very first time you're working the cream cheese, you have to make sure the sugar and the cream cheese is worked all the way through. If you skip this step, then you're going to get little pieces of unsweetened pure cream cheese in your final cheesecake. And they're kind of unpleasant and have a hard texture. So work the sugar through your cheese, you'll have a perfect cheesecake. Does that go in there?
No.
Okay.
4 eggs and 2 yolks. Very carefully.
We're doing this in slow motion.
Let's see again.
Now, your cheesecake batter is effectively finished. You can bake this off, you would have cheesecake. But we're going to make a few alterations. The first alteration we're going to make to this recipe is we're going to add buttermilk. A lot of recipe calls for sour cream or yogurt. We're using buttermilk. What that does is it lightens the recipe. Cream cheese is really fattening. Buttermilk is lower fat, so this is going to make our cream cheesecake much more pleasant to eat. The second thing we're going to do, we want it to be flavored like lime, inspired from a key lime pie. So we have lime zest and lime juice to add to this mix. It might thicken from the lime juice. I don't know. Let's see.
3/4 cup of buttermilk. Zest of 4 limes.
1 cup of lime juice. Pinch of salt. And lastly, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I think this is all done. We got a thin cheesecake batter. Now it's time for us to set up baking it. And with the cheesecake, you need to take some insurance. That means a water bath. Now, I've seen lots of other chefs talk about the dreaded crack in the cheesecake. Now, I don't really care about the crack. I've had plenty of cheesecakes that have been cracked and still taste amazing. I've also had cheesecakes that overcook, and that's horrible. That's why we use a water bath. So notice the pan is in another pan. The second pan I'm going to fill with hot water. Now gently close the oven. What a hot water bath does for our cheesecake is it slows the heat transfer from the oven into our cheesecake. So it's like a buffer. It's a guarantee to make sure that we don't overcook the edges of our cheesecake, letting the center of our cake have enough time to set up before the outside separates and curls into a nasty mess. So here we are. We pulled our cheesecake out of the oven about an hour and a half ago. It is still very warm. So we're going to let this sit. We'll put this away in the fridge and taste it in the morning. We'll be sure to get you a clip of that too. Thanks for joining us, The Nerdy Dad, for family fun food. Thanks for watching this video with The Nerdy Dad. Subscribe to me on social media at Nerdy Dad Foods for more accessible family food science.